Well, good afternoon. Report.locals.com, the Swanson Report.locals.com, the Swanson Report.locals.com, part of the Fightback Media Network at fightbackmedia.com. And we are reaching here. Let's turn that on. Okay. I don't know if that makes any difference, but the light's on. From the Hill, why cities are banning gas stoves. Bet you didn't know that was going on, huh? Well, it is, or at least it is a movement. This from The Hill and Nexstar Media Wire. Martin Cho and Nexstar Media Wire. Sorry, Martin or Alex, if I mispronounced that, but to reduce emissions may be coming to your kitchen. LA, Seattle, New York, and other progressive cities have already moved to ban most gas appliances in any new homes. Or what are you going to cook on? The article goes on to say the logic behind the ban comes down to two main factors: the environment and health. Now, according to the EPA, and you can take that for what it's worth, the vast majority of greenhouse gas emissions in residential and commercial settings, or about 79%, comes from natural gas use, like combustion gas heaters, gas ranges, and therefore switching to electric cars can put a significant dent in those emissions. Now, already in the first three paragraphs that we've come through in this article, we want everything to be, they're convert everything to electric. I don't know about where you live, but here in northern Wisconsin, switching everything over to all electric is not going to be, at least from the information that I have gathered in talking to people, being at various and sundry county and city meetings. The electrical grid here is underpowered, and by electric vehicles and change their homes all over to electric. The electrical grid as it is now would not be able to handle it. That's just, now I don't know that for a fact, but it's not going to happen. I do know that where specifically from us, there is no phased electric. So if you have one of those brand new splits that will do both heating and cooling, you can only do one or the other. You can't if it's 80 degrees today and you've got the AC on, and all of a sudden tomorrow it drops down to 55, you can't just flip it over and make it suddenly be a heater. Got to convert, everything's got to be converted. Phased electric will allow you to do that right now. So according to the article here, burning gas in the homes doesn't just pollute city skies. Well, do we see big clouds of black, gray smoke billowing out of your house with this? Doesn't just pollute city skies, it also pollutes the air in your kitchen. Now, NPR, there's a scientific stalwart, if we've ever heard one, used an air monitor to measure the harmful gas nitrogen dioxide in a kitchen with a gas stove as if they were cooking dinner. After 12 minutes, the journalist, another probably scientific expert, Again, my opinion, doesn't say it in the article, but the journalist found the nitrogen dioxide levels were 60% higher than levels recommended by the World Health Organization. My question is, when do we pay attention to anything that the World Health Organization tells us? And why should we? I thought we had health services here in the United States and in the region and in our various states. Why the WHO, we would be looking for information from them is a whole nother story. And again, here's another, from a journalistic standpoint, the Hill just says NPR used and a journalist found, and and then we have research has found, but no citations to any of these types of particles emitted by gas stoves can cause asthma and other respiratory issues, especially in children. Now let's take a look there and see what this might be. When is this? So this may not be the most up-to-date information. This was published in September of 2014, right there. Cross-sectional study of the association between ventilation of gas stoves and chronic respiratory illness in children enrolled in, that might be, anyway. So not actually a current study. Take that for what it's worth. So we'll move on. Could your city be next? Gas companies and lobbyists are also responding with ad campaigns reminding people of their attachment to gas stoves. Well, if you do any amount of cooking on the stove, canning, doing your own home canning from, if you've got a garden and you want to can your vegetables or make tomato sauce or anything like that, using gas and a pressure canner is going to be much more easy to be able to do on a gas stove versus an electric. If you do any baking, gas is far superior than electric. We'll just put it that way. We'll move on here. Gas appliances to electric is an effective way to curb emissions. Some states are making bans like those in Los Angeles and New York City an impossibility. 20 state governments have passed preemption laws. Let's try to get this all there. 20 state governments have passed preemption laws that prevent cities within the state from implementing natural gas bans, according to CNN, period. Basically, every southern state has such a law in place, as do places like Utah, Ohio, and Iowa. So let's go look at that, and we can look at the map. All right, and this is from February of this year, Ellen Nelson's story, and we'll scroll down here to the map. Preemption laws that prohibit municipalities from banning natural gas. Everything in the orange here have preemption laws that prohibit municipalities from banning natural gas. Michigan are having bills that are being considered. So a lot of the southern states, Wisconsin is not one of them. But that's what is going on at the present with these preemptive bans. Now, the states that we just looked at in that map, those states' efforts to prevent gas appliance bans is at odds with the federal plan announced earlier this year to offer funding to states that would retrofit homes to be more energy. Look at that. This is from And when was this done? We have no idea because there's no date on this. Biden administration announces investments to make homes more energy efficient and to lower costs for American families. Oh, no, there it is. March of this year, March 30th, 2022. So just the first paragraph here. President Biden, along with the U.S. Department of Energy, DOE, today announced that Department of Energy is accepting applications from states, tribes, and territories for $3.16 billion in new funding through the Weatherization Assistance Program, or WAP. This is the Department of Energy's largest residential energy retrofit program. This expanded funding, which is enabled by the bipartisan infrastructure law, whole nother issue, will allow states to retrofit thousands of low-income homes and make them, sorry about that, make them healthier and more energy efficient while lowering utility bills. This doesn't say anything about stoves, but I would think this is, yeah. So the WAP retrofit funding is designed to address the whole home, including installing insulation, updating heating and cooling systems, upgrading electrical appliances, and taking other common sense and cooler in the summer with less energy usage. Well, until they have to try and actually implement this. And we'll go back here. And what else? So that, if you've got gas cooking implements in your home, not be, they may be coming for them. I don't know for a fact, but hey, it might happen. Anyway, that's going to do it for this particular episode. Again, my name's Paul Swanson from theswansonreport.locals.com, 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 part of the Fight Back Media Network at fightbackmedia.com. The audio podcast as well as up on Rumble. So check us out there as well. Thanks very much for your time and attention. Please like and share this with your like-minded friends, family, and other associates. And we will talk with you all again real soon.